Hello folks, this is Mr. Dan coming to you from the Landscape Design Classroom, and today I'm going to talk to you about using land, labor, capital, and management. So the main idea here is how do managers decide how they will use land, labor, and capital? So when making a business plan, you're going to inventory the resources, what we use to make your business work, and some examples of these resources would be tools, equipment, buildings, space, energy resources, raw materials, workers with various skills. So the four factors of production used in a business are land, labor, capital, and management. Let's start off with land here, which is the natural resources used in production. Land includes farmland, water, airspace, and minerals, and improvements like buildings, bridges, drainage tiles, irrigation ditches, and fences. Moving on to labor, which is human activity required to produce and provide goods and services. Labor is definitely not enough. Workers need equipment and resources to be productive. A worker also earns a wage. A family-operated business is paid by withdrawing income or capital from the businesses. Capital, land, buildings, equipment, and other valuable resources. Capital includes land, buildings, and equipment, money in the bank, capital goods, things used to produce products or services. Some examples of this would be tractors, seeds, fertilizer, etc. Intangible capital, which would be goodwill and reputation with customers, and reputation for paying on time. The last one here is management. Managing a business, you need a business manager, makes a business plan, controls and directs the workers, controls the use of other resources. Use of four resources varies with the business. Farming would be land, labor, and capital. Retail would be little land, more labor and capital. Service business, mainly management and skilled labor. Looking at management earnings, there's two ways to earn dollars, by salary and share of profits. The managers may be the business owner. Managers may be hired to provide management, especially in larger businesses. Some definitions, be an entrepreneur, a person who starts and operates his or her own business. Profit, the return an entrepreneur earns by taking a risk, or the net return after a fair payment has been made for the land, labor, capital, and management used to generate the revenue that was produced. So the risk, the chance of a loss of energy or injury. So times have changed. So in the past, hard work was the main thing needed to succeed. Now equipment and inputs are replacing human labor. Each worker can produce more capital is needed for equipment and inputs. So some definitions to take into account here are inputs. That's all the purchase supplies and services put into the use and used by a production business. Mechanization, using machines to replace manual labor. And moving on, technology helps make farms more productive through herbicides and insecticides, animal health and growth promoting products, easier and less risky to manage high production levels, and technology reduces the amount of labor required for each bushel of grain or pound of livestock produced and marketed. So, employ the right resources. Capital is far more important than in the past. You have higher land costs, more acres needed for full-time farms, larger equipment with more technology, expensive improved seed varieties, and expensive pest control and animal health inputs. So a manager needs to understand the level of return from each factor of production, which is land, labor, capital, and management. So the bottom line here is evaluate your resources, balance goals and objectives with available resources. So any facet of your business, you want to make sure that you are managing correctly, making sure that you keep factor of all your capital, your land, anything and everything. You're keeping track of what you need to succeed. So this goes along with budgeting, going into your business plan. But this is the end of my presentation. If you have any questions, please call me down in the landscape design classroom, and I'll gladly answer anything you have then. But thanks for listening, folks. Have a great day.